Welcome to Chess Talk, episode 234, I believe it is. Hello.
Hi.
As you can hear,
Fuck.
Brittany is here as well as me, and that's it.
Boo. Goodbye.
Under much protest, I brought Brittany back this week.
No, I'm just saying this is where people turn it off because they don't want to hear just us.
Mm-hmm.
Which I totally get.
It's chess. We're playing.
We are.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to move?
I go first?
Yes.
I don't know the rules.
You've played more than once.
I don't know the rules.
You're the lighter pieces. How's your week been? What'd you do?
I worked a lot and it was terrible. How was your week?
One thing I know you've been doing, you've been baking a lot more. How's that going? And not just breads, because I know we talked about your breads and stuff, but you've been doing other bakes too. Because what did you do, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, with the cupcakes?
I made cupcakes.
All from scratch.
Yes. They were okay.
But what did that entail? Like, it was what kind of cupcakes?
They were vanilla bean, but like sour cream cake.
Mm-hmm.
So I like sour cream cake.
Yeah.
I hate sour cream, but it works magic in cake.
In bakes.
Cake.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a moist, like, not chewy texture. It just reminds me of like cake donuts. So that was fun. I had a nightmare with the frosting of those cupcakes, but whatever.
Because you let them chill too much, and so they were
Yeah,
too
because
stiff.
I was waiting for my fucking Amazon order with my piping things. And
Yeah, pipe gun.
yeah, and it did not show up on time, and my frostings got way too chill.
Mm-hmm.
Way too chill.
Same, me always.
Yeah.
And then you made garlic knots last week.
That's what I made last week.
Yes.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
that was fun.
The stuff we threw away this week.
Yeah, those were pretty easy.
I figured they were easy because it's like the normal bread dough you make.
It was similar, but I used bread flour, and it was more of like a pizza crust type dough. Because that's what garlic knots are. It's just scraps of pizza dough.
That's what I assumed was the point.
Yeah. But I think they turned out pretty good.
And then this week, probably the most complex. Or would you say the cupcakes are more complex?
Cupcakes aren't complex. I don't like cake, really.
Yeah.
I made them for Michelle, and this week definitely had more of like a technical requirement because I made cream puffs, which required making my first pastry cream, which I thought I really messed up, but it actually turned out really good because I bought all the ingredients and I was like, 1 pint of whole milk will be perfect for needing 3 cups of milk. There's only 2 cups in a pint.
Yeah.
So I had to do like the rest of it like as half and half.
Oh, jeez.
Because I didn't want to use heavy cream because I need that for the ganache.
Yeah.
And it would be way too thick, I think. So I was like, half and half is basically whole milk mixed with heavy cream. So
It's a good
mix, I guess. But it turned out really well.
Yeah.
The eggs didn't scramble, which I was also worried about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because I used heavy cream and not just, or I used half and half and not just all whole milk. But like it was supposed to like come to a simmer, but it wasn't simmering, so I was like, it's hot enough, I'll just start going. And then I was supposed to add everything back and then stir constantly, bring it to a boil, and it needed to be at like 165, but it was like way above 165 the second I put it back in. I was like, it's done. Okay. It started just thickening and it turned into pudding, but it was really delicious.
Yeah.
So
Task failed successfully.
Yeah. And then I made choux pastry.
For the first time.
Yes. Which is really easy.
A lot of firsts.
Yes.
So anytime you need to make little pastries, it's always going to be choux
Yes.
from now on.
Yes. Because I want them to get better.
And you don't get why they messed it up on the bake show.
For me, never doing it before, having no knowledge of like what's right or wrong, I think they turned out pretty good, and I don't see how they can mess them up as bad as they do.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Like, I can't remember any specific examples, but I know that there's been some times where someone's like, yeah, I practiced choux pastry all week, and like, it's a mixed bag.
Maybe I did something wrong, but it just seemed very easy to me.
Yeah.
Like, the second you added the flour, it just starts doing the thing it's supposed to, and I'm like, okay, it's done. Cool. I don't know. And it didn't turn out too runny.
Yeah.
That was
Puffed
cool.
well.
Oh, yeah, it did. That was exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're not done yet, but all I have to do is decorate them. You tried one. How did they taste?
I said it was like the last bit of a ice cream cone, a vanilla ice cream cone. Like you just have like the pool of ice cream and like the last bite.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like altogether.
Nice.
So
The
yeah,
most surprising thing about choux pastry, though, is there's no sugar in it.
yeah, I can tell.
No, it's just bread, basically.
Yeah, that's why I said it tastes like an ice cream cone. Like
Yeah.
there's not too much flavor in it.
Yeah, it's just butter, water, flour, salt, eggs, and then I did like a dash of cinnamon. But I can't taste the cinnamon.
Probably could have done more cinnamon.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of the spices.
That's just what the recipe said.
Yeah, well, fuck the recipe.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, it turned out pretty good, so I actually like the recipe.
Yeah, well, add more cinnamon.
So yeah, I just have to do white chocolate and dark chocolate ganache later. So that'll be fun.
To decorate it.
Just
Yeah.
dip them.
So, baking. See?
Yes, I like baking.
You've been doing it more.
Yes.
Not as like
It is my preferred way to spend my time, but unfortunately I have to have a job, so.
Yeah. And it's a better secondary thing to do while you watch TV as opposed to break your phone.
Yes. Yes, because I'll like bring my laptop over, put on a show, and switch between the show and the recipe, and it's a good
I think so.
good time.
Good hobby.
Yeah. My favorite thing about what I did today was how fast everything was.
Yeah.
Because
Once you got it all prepped.
once I had everything prepped for the creme pat, it was super, super fast. A little too fast. It was scary, but then it was done and just had to chill. And then the choux was like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to make the pastry and then 20 minutes to bake it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so easy. That's all I'm going to make. I'm done. I'm closing shop.
Okay. Before it's even opened.
Yes. End on a high. Okay, that's all.
Not specific to this past week, but we've been playing more board games lately. We
Yes.
forgot to talk about one in particular, which I think we both really enjoy that I got for Christmas. Lords of Waterdeep.
I feel like we did talk about that.
I think that we mentioned it, but then we haven't talked about it since New Year's when Devin and her fiance came over. And we played for like 7 hours.
It was like 8 hours.
It was
they
a-
came over between 5 and 5:30, I think, or was it closer
Yes.
to 6?
It was at about 5:30, and then we ate and everything. So we probably started playing at 6:30, maybe 7 at the absolute
Yeah,
latest.
and they didn't leave till almost 3.
Yes, and we were just playing the entire time.
God.
It's a fun game.
We were
'Cause-
going to just play it once, and then we were going to switch over to Catan,
Yeah.
but that didn't happen.
And then everyone was like, no, this is fun. And we had played it 2 times before they came over.
Yeah.
And then we just played it again a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game.
Yes.
As you can tell from how many hours
really
we played it.
fun game.
I do think, like, after playing with Devin and Jordan, I do like it more with more players as
Yeah.
opposed to 2 people. But I mean, it's still fun with 2 people. It's just, in the last game we played, you very quickly got ahead of me. Like, there was not really much I could do to
Yeah.
catch up, just with how the quests were coming.
Yeah, I just got a couple with good rewards, and it shot me up.
And none of the ones I was getting were rewarding me too well, because essentially for this game you have agents in Waterdeep. It's all D&D based.
It's just like a strategy, like, resource game. You
Kind
collect
of.
resources.
But it's like D&D based in the fact that your resources are different adventurers or coin, and another resource you can get are quests, which you use the adventurers and coin to complete, which give you the points you need to win,
Yes.
and other sort of goodies. So that's the basic premise of it, but like a game can last an hour and a half, I would say. That's on average.
Yeah.
So that's really good. We've very briefly toyed with using that for a 10 episode, but we don't know if it would translate too well.
Yeah.
I think it might be possible. If anyone that has played it is listening, let us know. And then we played another board game just once. I want to play it again. It's not a board game, it's a card game. One Deck Dungeon.
I
Brittany
didn't
made a
really
face.
like it.
We were already a little tipsy when we started playing, so we were confused. And so I think that's where a lot of your
It just
dislike
was really
came.
frustrating.
We made it. Yeah, we finished the dungeon that we
Yeah.
played. It was
Yeah.
pretty easy because we
I don't think we did it right.
didn't
That's
do
why.
it right. We didn't do it right, and that's why I want to play at least one more time.
Yeah.
Because it seemed very, like, too easy.
Yeah.
Like, we just kind of rolled through it. Because
Yeah.
you were a rogue?
I don't remember.
I think you were the rogue, and I was a paladin.
Sure.
Yeah. And so it was very easy, but it's It comes across as a simple game, but like there are a lot of
There's a lot of rules.
it's very upfront heavy.
Yeah.
Like one of the most upfront heavy games because there's so many dice and different symbols and stuff that you have to realize.
And I was like thinking like, okay, it just seems like it's gonna be really hard because there's all these rules. Because Lords of Waterdeep was the same way. Like it seemed like there was so much, but then it's really simple once you get going.
I think with Lords of Waterdeep and a game like Catan, it helps that like once you start playing, it all just kind of makes sense. Whereas with One Deck Dungeon, like the symbols and stuff they don't explain it further. It's a lot of just like they assume you just know it.
Yeah.
So I just think we need to play it more than once. And it wasn't very long. Like it advertises like we finished it pretty quickly. So it's not a huge commitment.
Yeah.
So, and I think that would be a really easy one to do for the podcast because it's pretty much all talking and describing the situations.
I don't know. Maybe if I like it
Uh-huh.
again. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
We'll see.
There's board games. I want to look into getting some more, but I was waiting for holidays to die down and stuff.
Board games are expensive.
Some can be. I think like One Deck Dungeon I think was maybe $20. Like I think it was like 15. Lords of Waterdeep was like 30, so it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Not a video game. And then Mario. Almost done with that.
That's fun.
I'm at 710 stars. So
Moons.
moons.
And there's 830?
You can get 999 because of like the shop. Because you can buy stars. But 880 is the actual max. I know in Donkey's video he says 830, but it's 880.
That's weird.
So yeah, I'm almost there. Hopefully by next week I will be done. I can wrap up the Mario Legacy, the Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
But fuck, there's been some annoying moons since we last talked about it.
Which one was the worst so far?
If I had to actually do jump rope, that would have been by far the worst.
What do you mean if you actually had to do it?
Because I'll put videos in the description, but there's a moon in the Metro Kingdom where you need to jump the rope. There's 2 people doing jump rope. You got to get 15 for a star, I think. And then, or is it 30? I can't remember. One of those earlier ones, and then you got to get 100 for a star. And it's Mario jumps very inconsistently, so it's very hard to time it with how fast they speed up the jump rope. So because of that, I spent maybe 30 minutes trying to do it. When you found that there was a glitch for it, because there are these letters, and if you line them up in a certain way and shove a scooter into them, they kind of freak out, and they let you move the R because you're supposed to spell out Mario.
The letters are typically confined to one area.
Yes, and if you use this glitch to make it freak out, you can move the R over to the jump rope and just stand on top of it, and the jump rope starts and it counts, and you just sit there and it counts up for you.
It counts as if you're jumping.
So I will, sure, you can put an asterisk on my 880 moons or whatever, but fuck you. That's a bullshit one. In my attempts to doing the jump rope, we saw another glitch, if you remember, where the first time I actually got the R out of bounds, it like rocketed me off the edge of the map.
The scooter was still like leaned up against the letters, so it was still like accelerating, I think. So when you finally like got out of bounds, you flew.
Yeah, it was instantly. It was just like I was off the map and it killed me.
It was hilarious.
So that was pretty frustrating. And then the next one was the volleyball over in Seaside Kingdom.
That was so annoying.
Where the first moon you get is for 15 volleys back rally. And then 100 again, and fuck. There's no glitch for it or anything. It's just get good and do it.
Yep. And you did it.
Yes, just today I did it. So we tried a couple different ways because there is one way where you can do it by yourself, where you just put the game in 2-player mode, and then
be Cappy.
Yeah, move Mario off the court and be Cappy and move around as Cappy. I tried that. It didn't really work out for me. We tried it with the 2 of us where we were both playing. I was Cappy, you were Mario. And we tried to just stay on the court, and that didn't work out too well. And then after you got up to go finish your bake, I just sat there and...
Sorry, I can't see from here.
You're fine. After you got up for your bake, I just sat there and did it a couple more tries and finally did it. And goddamn, stressful. Anyone that's played a game knows, like, when you're doing a task or challenge and you have a counter and you see it counting up, your heart just starts racing and racing. And, like, I got to the 90s and I was like, fuck, I'm going to ruin it. But I did it. Fuck that. I think that's the last of the bullshit type challenges.
I hope
I
so.
think. Because I got Bowser's Castle, the last 3 moon levels, and then I gotta finish off Mushroom Kingdom. And I'm done. So that should be doable this week.
Yeah.
I didn't get to play too much just because of working quite a bit in D&D. Oh yeah, D&D. We played that. You were finally back this week. How did that go?
It was dandy.
Did you enjoy the new character?
Because I think so.
I don't think anyone in our group listens. Tyler might. No, I don't think Tyler listens regularly.
I don't think any of them listen.
Yeah. This is the first time you've multi-classed?
Yes.
And how confusing was that?
It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're doing
level... I found a, like, kind of homebrewed, but generally accepted as, like, pretty well done witch.
Yeah.
So it was very similar to, like, a warlock. Or similar to a wizard, I think. I don't remember. They just made it a witch version. And that was really cool to me because I wanted to have, like, some healing options because I was a cleric and I died. Mm-hmm. And they don't have a healer now. And that's not good because they're really bad.
They're great. They made it so far without you. They played, like, 4 or 5 sessions without a healer.
I think it's your turn, right?
I just moved my pawn.
Oh, okay.
So you wanted to have heals?
I wanted to have heals. So I did 2 levels of witch and then 8 levels of paladin.
Yeah.
So that was hard.
And in the last session, it was all kind of RP, just story driven. So they haven't seen your new character in combat. So I think it's going to be interesting. But the very next session is literally going to start with you guys fighting 2 giants. So I think it's going to be fun. Yeah. I think for Avery's sake, you're back to help with Yami's sort of
Has it been hard for him?
Psychopathy. There was one session where it was just Avery and Naomi.
Oh.
And he was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Because they're Avery and Naomi, they're friends. Avery was on like episode like 20 something way back when.
Oh wow.
So go listen to that if you care to hear what he sounds like. And they're engaged and they're in our party, and Naomi is just very hostile every time she plays with Avery, because there's another session that we have where they're also in the party, and her character then is also very hostile towards his. So I'm trying to work on getting her to separate the character from the player, and we'll see how that works. But I think it's good. You guys are level 10, so that's obviously your 2 levels in Witch, 8 levels in Paladin. So yeah, you're getting to the high level play. High level pay.
Yeah.
And
but they don't know I'm a witch.
They do not. They don't know you're a witch. They don't know what your race is either.
Yeah.
That's a big secret. And yeah, I'm interested to see how high level play comes out, because you guys are definitely going to start slowing down and leveling. Because you guys are in chapter 3 right now. Yeah. Out of this last book. So some crazy stuff's going to be happening. Some difficult fights are going to start coming up, I think. Yeah. Which is going to be interesting for me to see how this new party plays out. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple more deaths before the end of the book. Yeah. Just with how the game is. So I think it'll be interesting. Yeah. I think we're finally at a point where, I mean, except for your character, of course, because just introduced, all the other characters have a lot of stake in what's going on. So losing someone else, I think, would be pretty rough for them. Yeah. Did you have anything else major you wanted to talk about?
Not major, but I did want to mention that I watched You.
Oh, yeah. You watched all 2 seasons.
Yeah. It's not very good.
But yet you watched it.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So, when you were on the last episode of season 1, you're like, I'm probably not going to watch the next season. And then, like, as soon as it ended, you came into the office and talked to me, and you're like, I gotta watch season 2 now. It ended on a cliffhanger. Yeah. Spoilers for you. What was that cliffhanger? Do you even remember? Or is it just trash? Remember.
Oh, the whole first season, you think that his, like, ex-girlfriend is dead. And then she walks into the bookstore, like, alive, obviously.
What?
And that was it.
She doesn't walk in dead.
Yeah.
That'd be a bigger
Yeah, that'd be a bigger cliffhanger. But it's not very well written. The dialogue is really stupid. I wolf you. I want to die. There's some funny moments with the main character's like internal dialogue and like the way he delivers some of his lines and some of the editing with it. Those make for some funny moments. Penn Badgley makes really funny faces when he's acting crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't really have a lot to say about it. Besides, I don't get why people were obsessed with it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's entertaining. It's good trash, if you're into trash.
I think.
Because you saw, like, some bits of it while I was watching it. Did it leave any impression on you?
It looks pretty forgettable. I think the season finale was pretty stupid, so.
Yeah.
Because I watched, like, the last 15 minutes of that while I was on the couch.
Yeah.
I mentioned to you after it finished, like, if that was a series finale, I think that would have been a very interesting series finale, but making it a season finale just seems kind of stupid and, like, why can't it just end?
Because...
Like, why not just leave it ambiguous as to whether or not he actually changed, as opposed to, oh, wait, nope.
It's not ambiguous, it's just, it's very clear he didn't.
What would you rate it? Out of 10 wolves?
Oh, 0.
Uh-huh.
If that's the rating system... I don't know, like a 4 out of 10? Like, no, I'd say like a 5 out of 10. I would never watch it again, but it was entertaining. Like, I wasn't bored watching it. It made me giggle. It made me roll my eyes a lot. But if you want, like, mindless TV to watch, then I would recommend it. If you want to roll your eyes at how pretentious people are.
Some writers are.
Yes, then by all means, watch it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so most people will probably skip it.
Most people, yes.
I have no intention of sitting through it.
I've seen it mentioned so much.
I see a lot of memes and stuff about it. I'm like, meh.
The memes are kind of funny.
Now that you know.
Some of them.
Now that you're in on it.
I guess. A lot of them are stupid, but... It was just an experience.
What's next on the docket, do you think? Are you still debating Rami?
I think I'm going to watch Rami. I just don't know when.
What about Watchmen or Mandalorian?
Watchmen more likely soon than Mandalorian.
Yeah. Because I would gladly sit on the couch with you and play Mario or whatever while you catch up.
Yeah.
Because I haven't finished it, so I could use a refresher.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into it.
You need to decide right now.
No.
Okay.
Don't watch you. It's not worth it.
Okay. There's your verdict.
Just, yeah.
Anything but you.
Yeah.
So you ready to get into the actual main topic? No, it's your turn. I think I moved a pawn up.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, I did. Okay. What's the main topic?
The Witcher. The Bitcher.
Episodes 5 and 6.
Witcher. I hardly know her.
Mm-hmm. Episodes 5 and 6. The Yennefer crossover episodes, I guess.
Yeah.
Which things are finally connecting, which is exciting. I knew pretty early on into episode 5 that this is when Yennefer was going to be introduced into the Geralt timeline, so I was excited for that.
Yeah.
I think another brutal episode with the Jin ending, with her painting like the uterus kind of symbol.
No, it was like the thing that it was in at the beginning. It's like container. She painted that like on her stomach to try and capture it inside of her.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Her back was breaking, doubling back, trying to capture it because actually too powerful, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Another different monster going on, seeing Geralt kind of struggle with what to do in that situation, whether or not to let her die or not.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Do you like their chemistry, or?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very much enjoying the show. I know I say that every week, but I really did not expect to going into it, just because I heard it was very high fantasy, which can be off-putting.
It can be too much.
Yeah.
Too goofy.
Yeah, but
check.
I like it.
Yeah. My bishop put you in check. Yeah.
That's cool.
You can only move forward. Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's still playing up to the high fantasy aspect of it without losing too many viewers, I think.
Yeah. It feels like I'm watching like a D&D session sometimes. Like I can pick out different classes of people and
What's Jess here?
he's a bard.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
weird, right? But he doesn't fight or anything.
As in real life, probably most people that play bards in D&D probably don't fight too much either.
Yeah.
Tyler's a special case.
Yeah. He had to fight. We needed help.
Yeah. In episode 5, there wasn't too much Siri until the end again, right?
There really hasn't been that much Siri at all. Like,
Yeah.
I think this last episode
Had the most.
since the first episode.
Episode 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because episode 5, there was a lot going on with Yennefer and seeing, like, what kind of deal she was trying to do with that one kind of sketchy wizard at the beginning. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
How she needed more coin for whatever he was offering, so that's why she went to Rind to
Yeah.
begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's going on with that, but it was cool seeing her kind of be off on her own and get money for doing weird political orgies, I guess, or not political. It was just orgies, and
Orgy.
magic was banned in the area, so it's like only the upper class political people were actually there that could afford it.
Is it something they wanted to do?
Yeah,
Because they looked all confused after.
I think that's just, like you realize what was happening and you're
Yeah.
like, oh God.
I don't know. I didn't really get the point of that scene.
Just that's what they were paying her to do.
It's weird.
Hey, let us not realize we're having a bunch of orgies.
Orgy.
Yeah. But series episode 5 ended with her going off with Mousak.
But not Mouse.
But not Mousak, the
Yeah.
weird Doppler.
Doppelganger.
The Prince Kahir, that's what she called him?
Yes.
He called him a Doppler, so
Oh,
I'm
whatever.
assuming that's what they're called in this universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went off with that.
Dara came with her.
She said he needed to.
Yeah, I'm like, you just met this elf boy and you're gonna risk his life. Like, let him just stay in the forest with the weird, like, hippie.
There's been a lot of
people.
time jump things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's been a couple weeks
Yeah.
that they've been there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay. It's the one nice person she has left.
Yeah, well,
After.
not anymore.
Yeah, because she's mean and he left.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you're mean. You lose friends.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, that's so sad. Life lessons with Just Talk. Did you have a feeling that that guy was a dragon?
I had a feeling something was up with him in episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was odd, and I do have to call out like when they fell. Like that was
It
really
looked so stupid.
that was really off.
Yeah.
That was just like, why did you show it this way to show them losing their grips? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was stupid, but yeah, when he was a dragon, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Like that's a common thing for dragons to have some humanoid form, and it kind of yeah, it makes sense for these two like apparently insanely strong warriors to be following a dragon, calling it like they said like something along the lines of like being with him on this adventure was enough payment. Like they didn't care about getting a kingdom or a vassal or whatever. Like they were just like, we just want to help this fucking dragon.
Yeah.
So it makes sense like after the faction how like he literally was telling Geralt like gold dragons are a thing.
Yeah.
Like they're not unheard of. They're not a myth. That's what he said. Then boom, he's a fucking gold dragon. So
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. Yeah. I didn't roll my eyes too hard. I could definitely tell that would be a scene that some people would be like, what? Like a little too unbelievable, but I was like, yeah, okay. I get it. I do wonder what's going to happen with that egg, or if that's just going to be something that's forgotten about.
Yeah.
Check. I think that's checkmate. As Brittany stares at the board.
Oh, you're so mean. I'm doing so good.
I know. I was really worried.
Yeah, but then you decided to be mean.
No, I was just playing.
We have 2 episodes of The Witcher left.
Well, I wasn't done talking about episode 6.
I know. I was
Yeah.
just saying.
Yes.
Go ahead.
2 episodes left. Episode 6. I am, as they continue to talk about Ciri, I want to know what sort of prophecy.
Yeah, I don't get what's inside of her, what makes her so special, besides the fact that she can scream and it's scary.
I still have my theory in my head, and I'm just waiting for that to come to light or not.
What's your theory?
I don't want to say anything.
Why?
Because.
I don't care. What's your theory?
Um,
This is what podcasts are for, to talk about your theories.
I think I can't remember why it's stuck in my head, but I think that Ciri isn't actually Callanth's granddaughter.
Why not?
Because I think she's actually the daughter of Geralt and Yennefer.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why it's in my head, but I think that's actually...
But we know who her parents are.
I don't think that's actually her parents. I think that's like a huge lie brought on from the crown. Because I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to the actual daughter of Callanth's baby, you know?
Yeah.
And so because why, after all of this, why would Queen Callanth say, go find Geralt of Rivia? He's your destiny.
I mean, the law of surprise.
But I don't think that's actually the child that's promised to him.
I don't know.
That's what's in my head. I don't think that Dooney and whatever nameless princess is actually...
But Yennefer can't have children.
But the entire show so far is her quest to get that ability back.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's who her parents are.
That would be a nice little twist. I just don't see it happening.
And like even with fake Mousak the Doppler saying like, oh, your father Dooney, like I think the real Mousak knows that's not her parents too. And so I think when we like go back and watch it, like that'll be another tell for us that like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
That's
but
what
Ciri thinks that's her dad.
Yes, so like for her that's not going to trip any red flags, but
Yeah.
for us it's like, aha, see? Spouting more lies.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I wonder also what Geralt's actual wish was at the end of episode 5.
Something to do with Yennefer,
I think
staying around.
Or something like...
Because he probably thought she was about to die, and he probably wished that she would never leave or something. I don't know.
Some fucky phrasing that is now like bound them together. But because in episode 6, like when they had their like romantic scene, you were very annoyed by it. And I was like, yeah, but like some time has probably passed.
Because I forgot about, I didn't forget about the time jump.
But it's just they don't make it very obvious.
Yeah, so I was just like, you guys, fucked once. How are you, this in love? But, oh, okay, years have passed, and they've probably been hooking up all this time. Okay, whatever.
And, because they showed, a couple, montage of them waking up with or without each other. So, just kind of confirmed it.
At first, I was just like, this is annoying. Y'all just met.
Nah, fam.
No.
They've been going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they even made a reference, Yennefer pointed out Jaskir's crow's feet. Those are new.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's interesting. I wonder how they're going to continue up. Is Jaskier gone from Geralt's presence?
I hope not. That was so sad.
That was a very upset, but that's kind of Geralt. He's not a good friend.
No.
Or person to be around for long periods of time.
But Jaskier's so funny.
Mm-hmm. He's the light that we need.
Yes, God. The show is really dark when you take out all of Jaskier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I've been thinking, how are they going to show a lot of time passing? Because Geralt and Yennefer, they don't really age. But Jaskier's going to age, so it's fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Jaskier. We'll see you in the next episode when it's been 20 years and you're a different actor.
Yeah, because they aren't even up to the same timeline that Ciri's in, who knows what.
Because in their timeline, the Nilfgaardian heir just came back and was starting to gain power. So I think they're close.
They're probably a few years away.
Or within a decade away.
Yeah.
Because
a few years.
Ciri's age.
Yeah.
So. But if my theory is right, I think that would be a cool twist. And I think if the series ends with Ciri... it just sounded very similar. Series ends with Ciri.
Oh, yeah.
If Ciri meets up with Geralt, and then next season is them kind of getting to know each other, training Ciri, because in the game at least, I think Ciri is not a full Witcher, but is trained with Geralt and things like that, so she can hold her own. So I think that'd be interesting to see. And I definitely know in the books she goes off on her own for a bit and fights and shit.
Yeah. Because what I've read, at least without trying to spoil anything, it's just like the short story 2 books are like what we're watching now.
Yep.
And then the main series is like the 3 of them together.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm hoping that the end of this season and then going into season 2 is the 3 of them together. Because I feel like we've seen that Gerald and Jennifer have good chemistry.
And Jiri.
Yeah.
So you want to see Jiri together with them?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if season 2 is them, like, not thwarting the Nilfgaardian uprising or something, but, like, intervening with it, like, together. Because I'm sure that's going to be kind of series' main driving force now. Is, like, I want to be back home. So
these people murdered my whole family and everything I know.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe I want some revenge.
Maybe.
So I think that's what they're probably going to be building up to.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. But good show.
Yeah.
We'll finish it out next week.
Yes.
Episodes 7 and 8.
Yes. And when does BoJack come back?
The 31st. So it'll come back Friday.
Okay.
So
the week after is when we'll talk about BoJack.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we could do both.
We'll see. Too much Netflix plugging for free all these years, talking about their shows and why you should watch them.
Yeah.
Where's our check, Netflix?
Netflix says fuck off.
Yeah, I know. I think that'll do it. Try to keep it a light episode this week.
Yeah.
But next week, Witcher, all of its glory will be done. Probably have, I won't say maybe Rob. That'd be nice, but I won't hold him to it.
Yeah. He's busy.
How dare he have a
Super
child?
Bowl's next weekend.
He said by the 3rd he can make an announcement for us. Personal announcement. He said it on the podcast.
He said it on the podcast?
He said it on the podcast.
Okay. I was like, don't say that.
So that'll be close. It'll be like a day before.
So leave a comment what you think Rob's announcement's going to be.
Yeah. We'll
We don't know.
We'll love surprise you if you get it right.
Oh, fuck. His personal announcement is he's going to, like, pledge his child to someone.
To get a job somewhere.
Jesus.
Anyways, that's it for this week. See you next week.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Go to all of our stuff. Watch us on YouTube. Watch us on Twitter, where I tweet once a week. I tweet videos once a week. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Stitcher, everything. Tell your dog.
Yes.
We always forget to talk about Chloe.
She got a bath today.
I think it's because she's not in the room. And she looked depressed.
She
next
looked
week.
so
Remind us
upset.
next week, and we'll do it.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, poor Chloe.